Hey, Chanel here. In a few days, I leave for California for my annual trip to the Costume Designer Guild Awards. I've been a member with the Guild since 2003, and it's a small guild with a little over 1,000 costume designers in it, and we're based out of Los Angeles. And every year we have these really wonderful awards honoring our top costume designers. And I just love this event because I get to mingle and see all my peers, like these costume designers that have done just really great stuff. So I'm very excited. And also there's a FIDM museum. FIDM is Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising museum that I go to every year too. They have a big exhibit with all the costume designers, like especially the nominated ones, and then other shows. And they have all those costumes on display that were from this year's movies. And so I'm very excited. But we have, so this is the invitation to the Costume Designer Guild Awards. And it is on Tuesday, February 19th, so in a few days. It's at the Beverly Hilton. That's where they do the Golden Globe Awards. So we're right there in that ballroom where they have those awards. And this year we are honoring career achievement Ruth Carter. She did the costumes for Black Panther. So really excited. I met her last year at these awards right when she was done with it, and I said, "Are you Ruth Carter?" And she said yes. And because I remember seeing her before, I've never actually got to meet her, but so it was right after she came back from working on that project. And then we have so she is up for an Oscar this year for Black Panther. And then we have Glenn Close is our Spotlight Award, and that's a celebrity. She is in The Wife, which I have not seen, and I'd like to see it before I go. And then Ryan Murphy, he's a producer. That's Collaborator Award, Distinguished Collaborator. And that's like producers and celebrities. Every year we honor somebody that's really been beneficial and helpful for costume designers and really works with costume designers and values their work in the film. So they kind of understand how costumes are so important on a movie. Then we have Betty Maiden, and she is with our union and does a lot of work behind the scenes and union work. And then we have all the, I've given awards to the best like films, like fantasy, contemporary, period piece films, so different awards for that. And then TV, some like Game of Thrones, Michelle Clapton, she wins a lot. And then commercials, all these different awards for what our costume designers in our guild do every year. So really fun event. Looking forward to going. So this year up for Oscars, and this one of my favorite costume designers is Mary Zofries, and she's just done a ton of films. And I met her a couple years ago, and I have a video of her and me somewhere in my computer. But she this year is up for an Oscar for The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, and this is one of the first movies we saw when the screeners came out, and a lot of westerns. And actually they sent me this really great book. I got something on it, but westerns was just really great costumes. I don't know kind of how if it was in the theaters and stuff. I didn't really even hear of it until I got the screeners in. I was like, wow. And then Mary Zofries, of course, anything she does I'm gonna watch. But Western short stories, and some of them are a little trippy. So love this guy here. He's in wearing pans, and it shows her sketch here, wearing pans and washboards and stuff as part of the costume. So really, if you get a chance to see this movie, it's pretty funny. And so she's up for an Oscar on that. And then we have Black Panther. I didn't bring my movies on that one. And then we have Sandy Powell. She did Mary Poppins, and this was wonderful costumes. I especially love the watercolor scenes. I believe it's right here. When I saw this on, I have some clips here that I'll put in the video here. When I saw these costumes, I was just floored. I had to watch the movie again because I wasn't watching, I wasn't listening to the movie. They look like they're watercolored on, like it's a watercolor thing, and they're painted over, and I'm just like, I'm hopefully see Sandy Powell at the Guild Awards, and I just can't wait to ask her, like, how did you do this? And then also all these costumes are at the museum at the Fashion Institute, and a friend of mine, Cheryl, went to that exhibit opening last weekend, and she's like, I wanted to touch them, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna want to too, so I'm gonna bring a stick and poke at them, because I gotta know, like, is this fabric painted on? Is it moved? That kind of thing. It was just the really great special effects right there in the costumes. And then when I saw the pictures that Cheryl sent me, I was really like, wow, it's not even computer special effects, it's something in that costume, and I just can't wait to see it. So these are, she's nominated this year. She's actually nominated twice. She also did the movie called The Favorite, and I didn't bring pictures of that. I have clips from, also those are in the museum too, so I'll put those over here. They are, I guess, back in the 1800s, 1700s in there. I don't even remember. I saw, that was one of the first movies I saw too, because I was very curious about that movie. It was a little trippy. So beautiful costumes on that. So that's Sandy Powell also, and she's nominated twice, 2 times for an Oscar, so chances of winning for her are pretty good. Then we have Mary, Queen of Scots, nominated also, and this is from Alexandra Byrne. I hope I'm saying that right. I've never met her. I'm going to be looking out for her. Beautiful costumes. These are back in the 1500s with Queen Elizabeth I, and then Mary, Queen of Scots. Really great movie. Beautiful costumes. I love how she did the blue with this red head. And then Queen Elizabeth, the makeup artist, I hope is nominated too, because that was some great work. Costume designers kind of go with the neck down, so but the makeup artists, they got to work together. So I actually didn't look and see who was nominated for that. But so that's what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday. And for starters, this is my favorite movie of the year. It is up for an Oscar. I think it's gonna win. I hope it is. Amazing costumes. And I've met this costume designer. Her name is Betsy Hyman. Heyman, something like that. She's a little redhead. I met her probably 10 years ago, and she had some bright red hair back then. I think that was her. And I'm gonna be looking forward to her too, but beautiful work on this film too. So that might win the Oscar, so you might want to watch that. So what am I going to wear to this event? It's always a hassle. So I used to design evening gowns back in Los Angeles. I did them for the soap opera crowd, and a lot of people going to the Oscars and the Emmys and all that. And I had a little design studio in Pacific Palisades, which was by the beach. And I hated to dress up, and I still hate to dress up. but this is actually my gown I'm going to wear. And I kind of made it. I actually upcycled it. This dress used to have this skirt on it, like this. So I upcycled it. I took this off and used this bodice, so I don't have to make the bodice. And then I made a skirt out of it. So I literally had this fabric in my stash, I think back in my fashion design days, 15, 20 years ago. And I made a Crayola dress out of it. I put on these like godets of different colors, and the skirt it has 6 yards of fabric in it. It's called a circle skirt, and it's to the floor, so I actually had to piece some parts of it. And then I did a binding on the whole end of the hem, so my foot wouldn't get, or my heel wouldn't get caught in it. And 6 yards of fabric. Also, this fabric it's a 4-ply silk. It's about $60 a yard back when I bought it. It might be like 70 a yard now. So that means there's almost $400 of fabric just in this skirt. I remember the dress I bought was like under 100. So the tops kind of wasn't too expensive, but this skirt, oh my gosh. Then I had this fabric from my wedding dress I designed and made 3 years ago, because I was an evening gown designer. I'm gonna have to make my own wedding dress. So to make it. But I made it a nautical theme, so it had some blue in it. It was really fun. The train had some like blue over a light blue, so it kind of lightened it up. But that's what I'm going to wear this year. And next year I'll probably take off all the go days because I just top stitch them on, and I'll wear the dress solid next year. So kind of keep upcycling everything, and then I don't have to worry about what to wear. But this one's really comfortable, and all that. I still have to do a little bit of hand stitching on these little go days, and I'm going to hand stitch the scarf down so that it's comfortable to wear, because I'm actually going to take my video camera and interview some of these designers so that I can bring some quick interviews to you guys and all that. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Tuesday, February 19th. I'll be at the Beverly Hilton having a great time there, and then the next day I'll be at the FIDM event taking lots of pictures of all the costumes there, and then I'll bring those to you too. So see ya when I get back.